Me versus Canelo is a very good fight. I'm the bigger man. I have the longer reach. Look who he lost to, Dimitri Bivol, a bigger man, 6 foot.
If you and Jake fought, how long would it last?
Not that long.
I will pay homage to him because fair play. If he jumps in there with Canelo Alvarez, he'll get absolutely fucking destroyed, and it will be fast and it will be messy, and it will be bad for his health as well, potentially.
I can't give Jake Paul any more compliments than I'm giving him. All I said was he'll never be a world champion and he'll never beat Canelo.
The news of a possible July bout between Jake Paul and Canelo Alvarez has the boxing world in a frenzy. Jake Paul has been pursuing this battle for a long time, claiming that his advantages in size and reach would make for an exciting fight. "I think I could be fighting," Paul said in an interview. He has continuously stated his belief in his abilities to go on Canelo Alvarez for the WBCC or UBBO Championship crown, envisioning himself weighing around 200 pounds for the Cruiserweight Championship. The Boxing Go community has been shocked by this announcement, since many never expected such a battle to occur.
Versus Canelo is a very good fight. I'm the bigger man. I have the longer reach. Look who he lost to, Dimitri Bivol, a bigger man, 6 foot.
If you and Jake fought, how long would it last?
Not that long.
Would you play with him a little bit? Would you carry him a little bit first?
Yeah, why not?
Okay.
I think that people is gonna enjoy. For me, not right now, because I'm chasing other things in my career, but we never know.
Jake Paul shocked the boxing world with a tweet announcing his biggest fight yet, a showdown with Canelo Alvarez on Saturday, July 5th in New York. This long-awaited clash between the YouTuber turned boxer and the Mexican boxing legend has been years in the making. Paul has been vocal about his ambition to face Canelo, with his desire for the fight dating back to 2021 when he mentioned possibly challenging for a WBC or WBO title. Though initially met with skepticism, Paul's persistence has kept the conversation going, and now the fight is officially on, sending shockwaves through the sport. Meanwhile, Gervonta Tank Davis reacted to the news with a blunt tweet stating, "IDG, I'm looking for flowers," showing little concern for the upcoming fight. As the boxing world buzzes with debate over the fight, Tank remains focused on his own path, unfazed by the spectacle surrounding Jake Paul's challenge to Canelo. This unexpected match has sparked plenty of discussion, and fans are eager to see how it will unfold.
You said that you'd like to go up against Canelo Alvarez. What gives you the right to call out a 59-2 boxer, one of the greatest of all time, when you've not yet proven yourself?
I'm predicting what's going to happen
In
3
the
more years from now.
So
I'm going to get to his skill level and beat him. I have one of the greatest self-belief systems in the world, and I know what I'm capable of, and with this new team, I can give Canelo a serious.
Jake Paul and boxing great Mike Tyson squared off in an 8-round heavyweight bout at AT&T Stadium in Arlington, Texas, in November 2024. Even though Tyson was 58, the bout attracted a lot of attention. Judges gave Paul a unanimous decision victory, scoring the fight 808,072, 97,973, and 79-73 in his favor. This victory bolstered Paul's confidence and reputation in the boxing community by adding a well-known name to this list of opponents.
All right, let's do this. Canelo versus Crawford confirmed. Not a rumor, not speculation, not he said, she said, or someone leaking the story. Confirmed. And I guess the confirmation doesn't get much more rock solid than the Ring Magazine putting this story out first. Ring Magazine, obviously owned by Turkey. Turkey would have been the one to put this deal together, and Turkey would have had to given the green light for the Ring Magazine to even put that story out. That's as confirmation as you need it. That's it. The fight will happen in September. Touch wood, no injuries. Wow. Easily the biggest fight of 2025. I said a few days ago, Benavidez Morale was my most intriguing fight of 2025. Obviously, that's now been put down to second place because this has been announced. Nothing can be announced to top this.
With a highly anticipated bout against Terence Crawford in September 2025 in Riyadh that has created a lot of noise in the boxing industry, Canelo Alvarez has a full schedule ahead of him. Before that, it was anticipated that Canelo would fight Scoer Christian in May. However, reports indicate that Canelo has accepted a high-profile fight with Jake Paul in lieu of Scoer Christian. This choice highlights the co-commercial perspective and an intrusion about a possible Canelo-Paul matchup. Jake Paul's challenges have been met with disdain by Canelo Alvarez. He has declared that Paul's calls are not bothering him because he is concentrating on his own profession. Canelo,
Anybody for that matter. If, like you said, if you've been in a fire, how dare anybody come to me and act like I'm supposed to fight you? And, you know, you're a YouTuber that turned to boxing and I'm a champion walking around here and y'all acting like I need him. Do you think they're justified in feeling annoyed when people come at them like that about Jake Paul?
I understand completely where Canelo's coming from. If I was an active fighter, I wouldn't entertain it either. You know, when you in the fire and you still in the game like that, you got real issues and beef going on. You got real opponents, like dudes that can really hurt you, that you need to figure out how to beat them and when we go fight and all that kind of stuff. I don't have time to entertain the circus. I don't have time for you to have my name even associated with a dude that ain't really a fighter like that. So I understand completely with it. He ain't got a lot of time to entertain that kind of stuff, but you know how it goes, Stephen A. People say they're not interested in something until that number get large enough and all of a sudden start making.
made it clear that he is not interested in participating in what he views as a show, and that he does not need the battle versus Paul. This viewpoint is consistent with boxing observers' assertions that Canelo sees a bout with Paul as more entertainment than athletic competition.
Champion, and then for your girlfriend Yuta to win Olympic gold.
Yeah, we just have all the belts
That's insane.
in the world.
That's crazy.
And then we should just retire after that.
So look, are you happy with your performance in the fight? Are you happy with the way the night went down?
I wish he would have, put up a better fight, so then I could have risen more and done more. And he was surviving.
He was.
So
Before you went out.
it's worked up. But I think that everybody just wants him to win, wanted Mike to win. But
Dude, people really don't like us, Jake. People really want to see you get knocked out.
yeah, what did I ever do to anyone?
Well, you climbed on top of the KTLA news van.
That hilarious.
You wasted the government's money
How?
because the FBI had to raid your house.
They wasted their own money. They wasted their own money. Why would they do that? I didn't. And then nothing ever came from it. They didn't even know what they were doing there.
The possible battle between Jake Paul and Canelo Alvarez has been covered by ESPN, which has stated that it may be a huge event. Even though Mike Tyson was in his 60s, Paul's recent fight with him gave his CV a legendary status. Canelo, who is regarded as one of the best boxers of all time, may pose a serious threat to Paul.
Would you ever do exhibitions like that, or people like Jake Paul call you out, or these other big stars? Is that business wise even worth it?
When I'm done with boxing, why not? Maybe I'll do it. I think it's
When you're done competing at the highest
Yeah.
level, you're saying?
Yeah, I think it's good because what happened there is other people who never watch boxing, or they don't know anything about boxing, they wanna watch Jake Paul because he's coming from he bring fans from other world, right?
Yeah.
That's good because everybody enjoy it.
Would you ever entertain that idea when you're done?
Maybe.
Canelo Alvarez's decision to fight Jake Paul in July, instead of facing top contenders like William Scully or Chris Eubank, has surprised many in the boxing community. UFC President Dana White weighed in, suggesting the fight would be an easy payday for Canelo, implying he could make much more money fighting a more legitimate opponent. White questioned the competitive value of facing Paul, who lacks the experience of other top fighters. Boxing icon Floyd Mayweather also criticized Paul's ambitions to fight Canelo, stating that Jake Paul's skills would be exposed when facing a true fighter like Alvarez. Mayweather emphasized that Paul's success thus far has been due to facing opponents with less skill, but he would be overwhelmed by Canelo's experience and ability. This assessment highlights the immense challenge Paul would face when stepping into the ring with a fighter of Canelo's caliber.
Jake Paul, as of right now, for what he's doing, it's good for what he's doing. But once he fights a real fighter, it's going to be bad.
Have you been impressed?
But one thing I like about him, one thing I do like about him, he's selling it. He's selling it, and he's making good money, and he's He's entertaining. I like it.
Is he? And Floyd, there are many people who believe you're the most talented fighter ever. Period. So whatever you say to this question, I think is important. Are you impressed? Does he have boxing ability, or is he just an entertainer who has a lot of fans and can promote a fight and has fought lesser opponents, or is he actually talented?
As long as he continues to fight MMA guys and YouTubers, he's gonna continue to look good and shine. But once he fights a real fighter that can really fight, it's not gonna be that good.
Does he have the ability, with what you've seen, to continue to mold himself into somebody who can actually? He told me before his goal is to fight Canelo, so that's where his mindset's at.
It get fucked up by Canelo. Oh, I'm sorry, just TMG.
You can curse.
I apologize, but
no apologize about.
There's no way he get demolished. But for what he's doing, as long as they keep getting YouTubers and keep putting them in there with MMA guys.